so good to have you all with us today. And we're going to kind of reverse the show just a little bit because we have this huge four-legged friend here who is not real sure that being on TV is the thing he wants to do. This is Dooley. And so we're going to start with Dooley, and then Brene and I will get to the part where we introduce ourselves and the show in a little while. But with us today is Dooley and his best friend, Rachel Veazey.
Hello.
And Rachel is with Dames for Danes.
Yes.
And in case you all hadn't guessed, Dooley is a Great Dane. So Dames for Danes. And so we're going to talk to Rachel and not Dooley, but she will tell us about Dooley. So first of all, Rachel, what in the world is Dames for Danes?
It is a rescue group that is based out of Oak Ridge, and we do all the areas of the South, and we place animals that, Great Danes, and sometimes we do mixes and we do other things also. We're working now with the no-kill here in our town.
Great.
But we place Great Danes. We do about 175 placements a year.
Wow.
Of Great Danes, and they're neglected, abused. They've come in really, really bad shape. I've had about 5 fosters, and every one of them have almost had heartworms, just about every one of them. And Danes for Danes comes in and takes the Great Dane, gets it vetted, gets it spayed or neutered, takes care of all the shots. If it has heartworms, we take care of that. We put it in a foster home where it's rehabilitated. Some of them have been from breeders, and they've never been loved on or anything. But the wonderful thing about a Great Dane is they spoil in about a week. And they may have never had any attention or anything all of their lives, but you can get them in a house and within a week, and they're laying on your couch and they've taken your bed over. So that's one of the wonderful things about them. You can tell they're big. They're he's about 140.
Okay.
He's about 140. We had another one that we were going to bring in here a little while ago, and she got a little bit wild, so we took Rosie out.
Yes, she did.
She was excited.
She is about the same height and weight as he is. But they're just different. They're made differently. There are all kinds of different varieties of a Great Dane, as you saw from the 2 that we had. But Danes for Danes is just, I got started with Danes for Danes because I rescued this boy from our local shelter in Cleveland. And I saw him online. His name was Longshot because his odds were not good. And so I called about Dooley, and the guy on the phone, John, said, he is not up for adoption. And I said, oh really? Well, he's on your website. And they said, well, I'm sorry, he's in observation right now and you can't see him. And so I said, I'm coming over. And so I jumped in my car and didn't want a Great Dane, never have wanted a Great Dane, but jumped in my car, ran over there and saw this boy laying there. He could not walk, he was crippled. They kept trying to get him up and he would fall, and he was bony. He had heartworms. We didn't know it at the time. He had every worm that there was. And I was able to talk them into letting me have him, and they were getting ready to put him down. He was probably within an hour of being put to sleep.
Oh my goodness.
But it was because he couldn't walk, you know, and they didn't think anybody would come and get him. So I got him, didn't know anything about Great Danes, took him over to Dr. Lane. He was in there for 10 days, and in that 10-day period, like I said, I didn't know anything, and I went online and found Danes for Danes. And I sent emails to many different Dane rescues, and they were the only ones that responded. And they responded in giving me help and telling me what I needed to do with them. Great Danes are funny. You can't exercise them right after they've eaten because their bellies will flip from bloat. And there's all kinds of things that you can't do with a Dane that you can do with regular dogs. And so they walked me through all that, told me what I needed to have him on at the vet, and made sure that that was what Dr. Lane was doing. And Dr. Lane was right on it with all of it and put him on the steroids. And we thought we were going to have to put him down about the 9th day because it was adding up the bills were adding up, you know, but I went in the 10th day and he stood up and walked. It was not pretty. My husband calls him an okay Dane. He's not really a great Dane. He's kind of an okay Dane.
But he's sweet.
He's present. I love him. We love him. My son helps me walk him all the time, and I don't know what I would do. I have 2 sons, Michael and Ben, and they both help me, and they've both done transportation for the Danes. We had one foster that went to Virginia, and the lady decided she didn't want to keep him. My son, my other son, my older son, went and picked that dog up in Virginia for me and brought her back. And now she's in a wonderful home. Her name is Vandy. She was my first one. And so that's how I got hooked up with Danes for Danes. And from that point on, it's just been a love relationship with them. They are the best rescue I have ever. It's about the dogs. It's about the dogs. It's not about any of their personalities. It's not about anybody's ego. It is about these dogs and saving them. And
That's
we
wonderful.
have stories upon stories, which I'm sure all rescues do. But we have all kinds of stories that we could tell on all of these dogs. I have my own adventures that my husband wishes I wouldn't go on to get some of these. But they're all safe now, and he's a good boy, and he's, like you saw how he kind of walks now. It's a little hard for him to get up and down, but he does, and he's
he's a big old boy, and Danes are basically house dogs, right?
Oh, yes.
See, my son is a Weimaraner rescuer in Nashville. Weims are also house dogs. And we had one that he kept. He rescued him and then he kept. And he did the stomach flip situation where we had to have surgery at UT.
Oh, no.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. And that got to be quite an expensive Weim.
It does.
But Caesar lived to be about 15 years old, which is remarkable for a Weim. Yeah. What is the life expectancy on most Danes?
It's about 9 years, usually around 9 years. But, you know, that's the downside of a Dane. But, boy, they will absolutely fill your life full of adventure. They are not easy dogs. You know, people get them and think they're just going to be these, you know, easy dogs to take care of, and they are not. He requires a walk every day. And that's all he requires. After that, he passes out for the rest of the day. We don't have to do much more with him. But his vet bill ended up being about $1,200 for us to get him up and going. And so Danes for Danes helps with those things.
Oh, that's good.
And that was part of the reason why I thought, you know, they don't have anything to do with me right now, but they've helped with this process. So they have been absolutely wonderful. And
yeah, Dooley.
And he thinks so too.
Yes, he's going to talk to us, really. We don't have you mic'd, Dooley. That's a shame. That is a shame. Yeah. He is such a sweetheart. He really, really is. For any of you all watching, Brene always gets to pet the dog. I don't get to pet the dog because she keeps them all over there. It's not that I don't like dogs. I would have that dog in my lap, but she keeps them over there. So please don't think I don't like dogs. Now, if that was a cat, that might be a whole different story. But it's not.
Me too.
It's a dog, and I love dogs.
I would give you the cat.
Yeah, well, I would do it.
I would give it back to you. But, I mean, I know there are cat lovers out there, and we love you. We love you too.
We don't dislike cats. It's
now,
just...
who in the world came up with this absolutely adorable name, Danes for Danes?
That was Karen Dippold. She's the founder of the company, and she just loves Danes, and she came up. We have a really neat website. It's, you know, danesfordane.org that you can go and check it out, and our logo is really cute with Danes walking a Great Dane, and we're just, you know, it's just a wonderful organization, and, you know, we're tying it into the shelter, you know, and what they're doing right now with the no-kill. It's just a wonderful thing. The people on Facebook who are my friends through Danes for Danes are helping with the process of the no-kill over at the shelter. They're sharing that information.
Yeah,
we had a lab that was adopted that way this week. I've got friends. I mean, it's just amazing because they all help. Doesn't matter if it's a Dane or if it's a boxer or if it's a mutt.
Right.
We just want to find them a home, and that's what I love.
I know boxers are barrel-chested like this too because my sister-in-law's boxer had the stomach situation thing, and she was in Nashville with the dog. So I told her, I said, call your nephew. He'll walk you right through this because we just went through it.
Yeah.
And so you do have to be careful with the barrel-chested dogs like that because that does happen.
They do have a thing where you can tack their stomachs now. It's an expensive procedure to have done. So we don't do that right now in our rescue. If we did, we would have to raise the price of an adoption. And an adoption's about $125.
Okay, that was my next question. If we wanted to adopt. Now, Dooley is not up for adoption.
No, he is not up for adoption.
Do not call today.
Well, you know, for the right price, maybe. I don't know. $1 million bucks.
Okay, Rachel, how do they get in touch with Dames for Danes?
They can go to our website. It is damesfordanes.org. They can contact me. I'm here in Cleveland. I'm on Facebook, Rachel Veazey. They can do it that way. They can go on Facebook. Danes for Danes has a Facebook page, and we do ask that you know, when you come in, you ask to be their friend because, you know, people come in putting some things on it. So, so we do it that way, but you can request that. If you want an application, you can go on our website and ask for an application.
And if you're interested in fostering, rescues always need fosters.
Absolutely.
When you pull these dogs from untenable situations, then they need homes to go to rehabilitate. So,
and we need those desperately, like every other rescue, probably.
And we had the no-kill folks on last week with us, Lindsay Smith.
I love her.
And just wonderful folks. So, Rachel and Dooley, thank you all so much for being on with us today. We really do appreciate it.
I got a Dooley kiss.
Renee got sugar, and I don't get sugar because he's way over there. Folks, don't go away. We'll be right back with our next guest. So stay with us. Dooley, you are adorable.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Bradley County is home to a community of resilient, compassionate families who want the best for each other. The tragedies of the April 27, 2011 tornadoes brought our community together to bring aid to the hurting and helpless. It is time to come together once more. The Bradley County school system is underfunded, and our future leaders are receiving their education in substandard learning environments. On August 2nd, you will have an opportunity to further impact our great community by voting for the wheel tax. A vote for the wheel tax will not only rebuild Blue Springs Elementary School, but it will provide a new facility that is engineered to meet the demands that technology places on the infrastructure. The overcrowded Walker Valley High School students and teachers will have much needed space and be able to use academic rooms for their intended purposes. The students and teachers of Lake Forest Middle School will no longer endure the hazardous conditions caused by the elements of nature and deteriorating classroom buildings. British philosopher Herbert Spencer stated, "The great aim of education is not knowledge, but action." Would you take action in the name of education and vote yes for the wheel tax? A vote for the wheel tax is a vote for the children and the future of Bradley County.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
And we are back.
Yes,
and that was a new logo up there. That was really nice. Now back to.
Yes.
How wonderful.
I know.
And if you've noticed, Dooley the Dane is gone. And now we have Louie.
We have another great dog in here.
No.
That wasn't where I was going. And we have Louie Alford with us. And Louie's here today to talk to us about the Foothills Country Fair.
Yes.
Which is coming. And this is a huge event, folks. So just start us off, Louie, and tell us all about it.
Well, we appreciate y'all having us in. We are really excited this year. This is going to probably be the best, the biggest fair, and biggest event maybe in the history of Bradley County.
Wow.
When we get through talking about it. But we started out last year. I'll give you a little history. The fair is July the 26th through the 29th, and the 27th and 28th, we're having a Kansas City Barbecue Society event. For people that ever watch Pitmasters on television or any of those kind of shows, we have quite a few of the people that cook on Pitmasters actually going to be here for this event.
Wow.
And that's really, but we started last year with it. If you kept up with the fair last year, we had what we call a backyard. Now, backyard barbecue is for the amateurs.
Right.
And this is a Kansas City barbecue, and it's the largest society of barbecue cookers in the country. It's got about right around 15,000 members or something. Wow. And this is a state championship, certified state championship event. We have $10,000 worth of prizes that'll be going out to these cookers. And so it's going to be really a huge event. We're excited because as of today, we've got 56 pro teams and 15 amateurs. So we're sitting at 71 barbecue teams. We actually had, I was going to say, last year we kind of planted a seed last year with just the backyard part.
Right.
We had 5 teams enter and only 3 showed up. And I was going, oh my Lord. But this year it is just really, with the help of Bill Wheeler, everybody knows Bill Wheeler Electronics.
Right.
Bill cooks. He's a professional cooker, if you didn't but know it, and he's really won a lot of prizes. And so he does a great brisket if anybody's interested in him. But,
my stomach's going to start growling.
But
right, absolutely. We're going to look like Dooley here in a minute. We'll be drooling.
But you have to cook chicken, ribs, pork butt, and a brisket to be certified for the prize money, for example. But you have to be a Kansas City Society member to enter the money part of it, the big money part of it. But we're also having a backyard group too. But the thing about it, on the backyard side, which is the amateurs, I call them amateurs, we've got several teams coming from out of town. Really? They're kind of like the minor league. They come in and they cook to compete next year, maybe go pro. And so they get judged just like the pros will, and they get points. You get way they do it. The judges. The other thing I was going to tell you about though is you got Kansas City Barbecue Society, but you cannot have one unless you have Kansas City Barbecue Society judges. So you have to be a certified judge. So not only we got 70 teams coming in, we're going to have about 60 judges from all over the South coming in to judge this event.
Now, didn't you have a little class for people that want? Because I wanted Flavis to come.
Well, it's It's the Friday before the event. Okay. Actually, it's still open.
Now, because Flavis can smell good barbecue 100 miles away. Because we have stopped at some places before when we've been traveling that I probably wouldn't have gone in by myself. Yeah. But the barbecue was wonderful.
Oh, yes.
So
we are going to have a certified judges class held at the Mountain View Inn the Friday night before the event, which will be a run from 4 to 9.
Okay.
And we have got about 50 people signed up to take that class right now. So you take the 50 or 60 judges, the 70 cookers, and they all bring 5 or 6 people in.
Well, of course they do. So it's a family event.
Yes, and then you have the class at that night also. It's going to be quite an event when it's all said and done.
Where are some of these people coming from?
Well, we've got cookers coming from Michigan, Texas, Kentucky, Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, Florida, North Carolina, Georgia, just about anywhere in the South.
Wow.
The biggest draw we've probably got the top of the lineup in far as this part of the world. We got Myron Mixon coming in. Myron Mixon, if anybody watches Pitmaster,
we watch it because Flavis has to watch that.
Well, he's usually one of the hosts or the judge on that, and he's a 3-time world champion.
Wow.
He's won more money cooking barbecue than anybody ever. he's quite.
Now, is he going to be cooking, or is he going to be judging, or is he going to
be cooking?
Oh my goodness!
He's entered the contest, and we have another guy coming in from Texas called Johnny Trigg. If if anybody watched last week, Johnny Trigg won $50,000 winning the Kingsford charcoal barbecue on that same show.
Yeah.
Marion was one of the judges on that one now. And so we got him, and we've got out of Florida, we've got Barron's Butt Rub. If anybody uses rubs on their meats, Barron's Butt Rubs is one of the tops in the country, and he's coming in to cook too. So we have got a Super Bowl type lineup. We've got Warren County pork choppers out of Kentucky who was just on Pitmasters a few weeks back. So this is a superstar lineup we've got coming in.
Now let me ask you, is the public going to be able to eat this barbecue? Or
we will have a People's Choice tent set up where what we do, Food Line is providing us butts, and each guy cook, we provide them 2, I said butts, but that's what it's called.
Right.
Pork butts.
Yeah.
But they're going to provide 2, Food Line's providing those, and the cookers that are entering the People's Choice will do 2, and we'll cut them up, and we'll have them at that Taster's Choice or People's Choice thing.
Wow.
And there'll be a little box there when everybody will come up and you get a ticket, and as you go through there tasting all these different ones, you'll put your ticket in whichever one you think's the best, and I promise you won't tell you can't. Yeah, they're all going to be outstanding.
Absolutely.
I did have to attend one of the events in Dalton. You have to sponsor events, you got to go see how it's done.
Well,
so
I'm
I went to Dalton, and I was in the judges' room, and I sat back in the back of the judges' room. Of course, the judges don't eat all that they bring in there, and I'm sitting back there. I bet I gained 10 pounds. I mean, if people, it's just really going to be good. Now, there's going to be 1 or 2 of them that will then actually sell, and but if you go around and talk nicely to them, most of them will have a little sample here or there, and so it's an interesting show.
Well, I'm sure that Melissa Woody in the Chamber of Commerce is thrilled to death about this, because you're putting heads in the beds, and our motels are probably thrilled to death too.
Yes.
Do we actually have enough motels for what y'all are bringing in?
Yeah, there'll be plenty. I was up to talk with Mr. Hughes at Mountain View yesterday, checking in up there, and a lot of them going to stay with him in different motels around here.
Very good.
And so we're excited that this is going to help the town, and hopefully, this event will something that we've looked for something in the fair, for the Foothills Fair, that we can put our hat on and really go with it every year. And this looks to me like
awesome.
It might be the event. As a matter of fact, I just came in from being down at Tri-State. There's good and bad with something this big.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always.
We've spent a ton of money having to add electricity down there because these guys don't come in with just little 110s.
No.
They come in with these 40-foot trailers
Right.
with barbecue, $8,000 or $10,000 barbecue pits sitting on the back of them. And so we've had to add a lot of 50 and 30 ounce barbecue stuff down there.
Whoa.
That's where I've been all day. Yeah.
Golly. And Tri-State, now that's at exit 20, folks, in case you all do not know. It's one of the best kept secrets in Bradley County, and that is a shame.
I say it all the time. It's a wonderful facility down there, and they've got a nice exhibit hall, and they've got that big, huge open arena that you could just about do anything you wanted to in it, and so it is a well-kept secret.
And it's not a problem to get to. And I've already talked to Mayor Tom about the fact that they're going to be working on exit 20.
Well, they've been working on it since Monday.
I know it, but they're supposed to not be in our way to get out there.
No.
For the fair.
They'll have it finished.
Do not use that as an excuse, because they know. Because I said to Mayor Tom, I said, look, we got the fair coming out there. What are we going to do? And he said, we will not be in your way.
No, I think the TDOT was out there all week. They look like they about got that one lane where the big complications. And I talked with Tom Wheeler about it also, Cleveland Utilities, and he's got his traffic people going to go out and look at it. So everybody's been very helpful. It's been wonderful how much people have been able to help us with this situation. But
well, people don't seem to realize. Yeah, well, it is, and people don't seem to realize what the people that come in to an event like this mean to the tourist industry in Cleveland, Bradley County. Because they're not all going to stay out there all the time. I mean, some of their family members, they'll get in a car. They'll go down to the museum for something. They'll do this and that. They'll ride around in town. They're going to eat in our restaurants too.
They're not going to live on barbecue.
They're not. Although now, I'm married to someone who could live on barbecue, but But it's such a wonderful thing for our town to have something like this.
And when you look at the judges and the teams and everything, I figured the other day there's probably going to be about 300 team members, and counting all the judges, and their wives will probably come with them. We're looking at probably close to 1,000 extra people that's coming in for this event, just with the event itself, not counting visitors that come through or anybody like that. It's going to be a huge event.
And I bet some of them have followers.
Yes,
I mean,
that's
if they're not too, especially if they watch the TV show, if they're from, Dalton or, within driving distance, would come up just for the day.
Well, I was telling Louis before we started, these friends of ours in Sweetwater years ago did this. They were competitors, and they were at the World's Fair in Knoxville when it was there, and they had probably 50, 75 people that followed them. Yeah. Flavis and I went, and it was just, it's phenomenal. It's really phenomenal. Now, do you have a sponsor for this event?
Yes, Larry Hill Ford and Bank of Cleveland have been very helpful, super helpful in sponsoring this event, or helping sponsor this event. We have a lot of sponsors for the fair itself, but they picked up the ball and started helping more with this barbecue thing. So we really appreciate both of them. They've really stepped up on this deal.
Well, now Scott Taylor's picture's on the window down at Gardner's Market eating one of Bill Haynes' barbecues. So, Scott, if you're watching this morning, that picture, I saw that picture, so that's probably why Bank of Cleveland's helping you out right there. Scott's a big barbecue
I was getting ready to say, well, he's also an excellent barbecue cooker.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Is he going to be in the backyard
No, I've tried talking into it, but he won't. But, the backyard itself, we've got several teams coming in from Rome, Georgia, Nashville, Knoxville, places like that, just to, like I said earlier, the amateur side of it, to get and minor league, you might say, to move up.
Right, and that's good experience for those people.
That's why they use it. When you got a guy like Myron Mixon and Johnny Trigg and Barron's butt rub coming in, it's an experience just to be around those folks, and they're the three big names. But it's astronomical, the other guys that's coming in with them.
Now the fair is Thursday,
the 26th through the 29th. The barbecue deal will be basically, they'll start rolling in here on the 26th, these cookers will, on Thursday, then they'll come rolling in Friday. They'll actually get up about 3 o'clock on Saturday morning and start their fires and everything and start cooking, because the way that Kansas City does it, at noon on Saturday is when you start turning stuff in. The first thing they turn in is chicken. They have a clock. They put a clock out on the table in front of the turn-in tent, and they'll start it.
I've watched
and
those,
if you're 1 second past that time, you're disqualified for that event.
Wow.
Yes. So they're very, and you give them a 9x9 gold plate, kinda, and they'll spend an hour fixing their gold plate to make it look good.
Presentation.
Presentation is one of the big things in judging. And if there's a spot of barbecue sauce or anything on the cover or the lid or anything, they take all points from them. The whole key is to get points. Because they won't get points on a state championship event, because the more points they get invited to the Kansas City Royal, which is $100,000.
So, Louis, thank you so much for being on with us today.
This has been fascinating.
And folks, we're going to take a little commercial break, and we're going to come on with Nancy Alford, who's going to tell us the other side of the fair. Okay? Now that Renee and I are starving to death. Yeah. So you're not going away. We'll be right back. Louis, thank you so much. That is going to be so fascinating.
That's fascinating.
Hello, I'm Robert Thompson. I'm a partner here at the law firm of Logan Thompson, and I've been practicing law for about 25 years. I focus primarily on complex litigation cases involving serious personal injury. To establish liability, it's important that we thoroughly investigate your case. And we're fortunate here at Logan Thompson to have a full-time investigator on staff, and once we establish liability, next we turn to the issue of damages. Under Tennessee law, you're entitled to be compensated for 5 elements of damages. The first is property damage, and then your medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering, and loss of enjoyment of life. If you or a family member have been injured in an automobile accident and would like to sit down and discuss with us what you're entitled to, please give us a call at your convenience. There's no charge for the initial consultation. I'm Robert Thompson with the law firm Logan Thompson, and we'd be honored to help you.
And we are back.
Yes.
And you know what I tell people when I meet them about Flavis and me? I always say, I'm the better half. Well, now we have Louie's better half on with us. We have Nancy Alford on. And
Thank
Louie,
you.
don't take that personally. We have Nancy Alford on, and she's going to tell us about another side of the Foothill Country Fair that we're going to see. It's not going to be all barbecue, but tell us what else we're going to have.
Lots of other stuff.
Lots of other
Well,
stuff.
there is a lot of other stuff, and I'm going to start with cultural arts.
Good.
Because cultural arts exhibit, those submissions need to be there on Thursday from 3 to 7 at the exhibit hall. I said Thursday. I'm sorry. Need to be there Tuesday from 3 to 7 at the exhibit hall. And I know there are a lot of ladies that are listening, and men too, that will have things to enter. Louis always enters some of his salsa. It's kind of a, he has a kind of tug of war going with Mike Smith and some of the others, you know, to be the best on certain things. But we want the farmers to bring their produce. We want the ladies to bring their sewing. We want the kids to bring some of their artwork. We have photography. And this year, because we're in the summer, we're able to have a lot more flowers.
Yeah.
So
Flower arranging and
we're
different
adding,
flowers.
yes.
How neat.
So we're adding more categories in that.
And since it
for
rained yesterday, and it's supposed to be raining, so we might have some flowers at the end of the month.
All day yesterday.
Yes.
It rained. So, oh, it is wonderful. It's wonderful. Okay, but we digress. Nancy, go back to you.
We tend to do that too.
We do.
That's all right. 3 to 7, bring those things. You can check our website, foothillscountryfair.webs.com. .webs, W-B-S. And for all the cultural art things that are there. The flowers may not be listed yet. We have a wonderful webmaster. He's with the Harrison Rutan Group. But his house was destroyed by those tornadoes recently.
Oh my goodness.
And he sometimes struggles getting things changed on there because he's not living at home. But
he's on his mind too.
quite a bit. But he's wonderful, and he's told me he's having a little trouble right now, but hopefully he can get it fixed. But that will be kind of the starting point. And then Thursday night we open. There's no charge to come in the gate. We have carnival that night. Last year we had no carnival because just like a week or so before, he canceled on us. Oh. But we have a carnival coming back this year. And we also have pageants that night for girls from the ages of 5 up through 20. And it's always an exciting evening. We usually have about 50 girls, and that will be on our pavilion stage there at the Tri-State.
And if you have 50 girls, you're going to have 20,000 people there.
Family
because
members.
You've got mothers,
yes.
daddies, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and everybody else. And that's
right.
wonderful.
And there's no charge that night.
Oh, good.
Great.
Of course, if you go to the carnival, you know, there's a charge, but there's no charge to come into our gate. Great. So that's exciting.
It is exciting.
Our theme this year is boots, zoo, and barbecue. Well, the barbecue he's talked about, you know exactly what that is.
Yes.
With a lot of that. The boots kind of refers to, you're going to wear cowboy boots. It's kind of a country fair. And also, last year, we did a boot strut on the little stage, the pavilion stage. That was just a lot of fun. And we would, any of the women that wanted to, and they would kind of strut their stuff, and we would have judges, and we'd pick like the top 3. And on Sunday, the top 3 from each one of those struts got to come back and participate. And we had quite a few winners. One was like a little 3 or 4-year-old girl, and
oh, how cool!
One was in maybe her mid-teens, and the other one in young 20s that ended up winning. But any age can come. Yeah. Any age can come. So that's kind of the boots.
Yeah.
And zoo, we don't have the wild animals like a zoo, but we have petting zoo. And,
the children love those petting zoos.
Dad Matthews does a wonderful job. And we will have Clydesdale horses.
Oh,
we'll have llamas. We'll have a bull. He can name 50 different things, I think, that we're going to have.
Super.
And pals will be there. They have birds and dogs and other animals. So the children ought to.
I'd
really
say the
enjoy
children.
it.
Now, to me, the children need to go to the fair anyway, because it's the fair.
It's the
and
fair.
I grew up in Athens going to the fair. And so you're supposed to go to the fair when you're young.
And
exactly.
it's educational.
It is.
It is.
And if they'll come up to the exhibit hall, we're going to have a kids area up there, kind of with some books and puzzles, kind of for the younger ones that can, something they can do while their mothers and daddies are looking at all the wonderful cultural arts that we'll have.
How neat. Kind of like a babysitter.
That's right. Don't drop them off in there, but you can move around in there. So it is very educational for our children.
Now, we're going to have live music this year?
I think we might have some. Let's see. On Friday night, we do have concerts, and we will start with Bartley Norton and the 64 Highway. And he will be followed by the Collins Brothers, Joe Collins and the Collins
JoJo, they do a
Brothers.
wonderful job, and they have a big following too.
They do. And we'll close with Shenandoah.
Oh.
We're bringing in Shenandoah, and I understand from talking with some of the radio announcers in Chattanooga that they're still very popular older group. So that's Friday night's concert. Pretty good one, isn't it?
It is.
Very good.
It is.
And so we were so excited about the barbecue that Louis added a Saturday night concert just the other night. And we're going to open with Convertible.
That's another good group that's got a good following.
Good local following. And a young lady that we heard sing just a little bit, and she has an outstanding voice and personality, and her name is Tamithia Delaney. And she's very original. You will really, really enjoy her. And then the closing is Dexter Thomas that night.
Wow.
Now that's another huge following.
Yes.
Huge following.
So not only are they coming for barbecue, they're coming for music too.
Yeah.
Well, now let me ask you, you have to buy a ticket somewhere, don't you?
Yes, but you know you can buy a pen.
Okay.
Oh, good.
All right.
A pen will get you in everything.
Okay.
The
All
pen
nights
is
and
$10, and you can come every day for this $10 pen.
Super.
And these have become collector's items.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like those Riverbend pens from a long time ago. Yeah, that's really cool.
In fact, we won a first place trophy at our state convention this year because we had like a ribbon, and we had all the pins that we had every year. So one of the things was like the best advertisement.
Yeah.
You know.
How neat.
Of our, the pins are always the same, except we change the date and the color.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but the design is the same.
The design's the same.
But you have to change the color so people can't wear less.
That's right.
I've done this before. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now, where can I buy one of those $10 pins?
All the Ruatan members are selling them.
Okay.
And if anybody wants to call me, my number is 339-1989. I'll take your name, and we'll set up a place to meet, and I'll distribute at some point.
Fantastic.
And or they can send me an email at foothillscountryfair@gmail.com.
Okay. All right.
So.
And order their pen. Now, are you taking like credit cards over the phone? Or
Unfortunately, we can't take credit cards. About when I meet somebody and to give them the pen, I'm sure they can give me money, or I'll take a check.
Right. But that's, I wanted to see.
Yes, I'm glad you asked.
Some people do this will call. We'll hold your pen at the gate, and because we've already got your credit card, and so you just come. But that's not what we're doing.
Unfortunately, and we do not have an ATM at the fair. We need to let the people know that too. And we don't take credit cards at all.
But you need to come with some cash, folks, because there will be things to purchase there.
Oh, definitely.
Now, do you have some vendors that are going to be set up selling things?
We have more vendors than we've ever had.
Oh, my goodness.
I think.
Okay.
I can't even tell you how many. I probably have had 4 calls today from either people that are vending, actually, or they're advertising just for their company, you know, commercial business. But we have really had a lot of vendors that will be there this year.
Well, I probably need to call you and talk to you about the red ribbon.
I would love for you to.
Yes, I probably need to do that. Oh, okay. All righty. Now, what else do we need to know? Comfortable shoes.
Yes, very comfortable shoes. I would come well hydrated because unfortunately it's going to be kind of hot. Oh, one other thing my husband's want me to be sure and tell you that we have lawnmower races on Sunday afternoon. And following the lawnmower races, we're going to have some big wheel races. We have ordered some big wheels. We have some sponsors for each big wheel and for the kids, and that should be a lot of fun. And we might get, you know, a few well-known politicians or
racing.
Now you're talking about like the children's big wheels.
Children's big wheels.
The little things that I really can't see Louis quite sitting on. But you're saying we might have some people, might have some adults do that.
If we think they won't break the wheels off the big wheel.
Or hurt themselves. Liability is the situation here. But
you hear this, Mayor Tom?
That's right. So the lawnmower races, I think those are hysterical. I really do. Now people bring their own lawnmower for that. You don't furnish the lawnmower.
We don't furnish the lawn.
Okay.
There's a lawnmower society, or that takes care of that for us. They just show up and do. And but we will do the big wheel races.
And that's on
afterwards.
Sunday afternoon.
That's Sunday afternoon. The big wheel races will probably be the last thing we do.
Now, if we're going to tell them it opens on Thursday, what time Thursday does the fair open?
The gates will open at 6.
Okay. And we do have live music on Thursday night, or
no, just the pageants.
Just the pageants. Pageants on Thursday
Carnival.
night. And that's free, but the carnival is not.
That's correct.
Okay. And then Friday, what time do the gates open?
The gates open at 6. The gates open at 4.
Louis is on the sidelines,
yes.
okay?
Prompting
the gates open at 4.
That
okay?
hasn't been something I've had to worry about.
Now, and that's when we need our button.
Yes, the button or the pin, that's exactly what you would need. And it's a lot quicker if you can just show these as you're passing by. Yeah. You can buy them there if we haven't sold out. They will be available, like I said, if we haven't sold them. I would love to sell out before we.
Right. Yes. But if I don't have that, then how much does it cost me to get
Friday night is the one night that it will be $10 for an adult.
Okay, so I'm better off if I buy the pin.
And then you can come every day.
And then I've got a souvenir pin. Yeah. And if I don't come at that one night, I've still, I'm broken even.
And that's the night you really want to come to see. And well, I'm sorry to say, and you might can stay all night and watch them all cook in the middle of the night. One of the things I like about barbecue when I've been with Louis one guy had a trigger gun. It's enormous. It's as big as what we are here, and that's what he smokes in. Just watching the different setups.
Oh, I know.
It's just intriguing.
Right. Yeah. These people have their smokers are designated. These friends of ours in Sweetwater, theirs looked like a huge pig.
Yes.
I mean, it had a snout, it had the curly tail, and the middle of it lifted up, and it was as big as an SUV. This is important to these people. Yeah. So that part of it, to me, whether you even eat the barbecue or not, just to see these things that are going to be coming in.
Oh, yes. You just need to walk through and just notice their setups.
Okay, 6 o'clock on Thursday, 4 o'clock on Friday. Then are we all day on Saturday?
Starts at 10.
Okay.
10 on Saturday and goes to 10.
All right, and then Sunday?
And Sunday is noon to 6.
Okay, all right. So you leave church and put on your casual clothes and get on out there. And if you've got one of those pins, folks, you're going to get in.
Absolutely.
Give us the phone number one more time, Nancy, where they can call you about a pin.
Okay, my number is 339-1989. Or you can send me an email, and that's Foothills Country, not county, Foothills Country Fair at gmail.com.
Okay, great. Thank you and Louis both for coming on. This is just so exciting, and
it is.
And I'm just, having been so active in the chamber for so long, I'm just seeing dollar signs thinking, woo, howdy, here we come. All this tourism coming into Cleveland, Bradley County. I think it's absolutely wonderful. And I know Melissa Woody's just doing backflips about it. So we just hope it's a huge success. And very, very exciting.
We know it's going to be a success.
I'm sure it is. Folks, don't go away, because Brene and I will be back to tell you about everything that's happening today, tomorrow, this weekend in Cleveland, Bradley County. So we'll be right back. Don't go away.
And get your pencil and paper.
That's right.
You can take ready for it.
Hello, I'm Robert Thompson. I'm a partner here at the law firm of Logan Thompson, and I've been practicing law for about 25 years. I focus primarily on complex litigation cases involving serious personal injury. To establish liability, it's important that we thoroughly investigate your case. And we're fortunate here at Logan Thompson to have a full-time investigator on staff. And once we establish liability, next we turn to the issue of damages. Under Tennessee law, you're entitled to be compensated for 5 elements of damages. The first is property damage, and then your medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering, and loss of enjoyment of life. If you or a family member have been injured in an automobile accident and would like to sit down and discuss with us what you're entitled to, please give us a call at your convenience. There's no charge for the initial consultation. I'm Robert Thompson with the law firm Logan Thompson, and we'd be honored to help you.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
And we are back, and we did the show backwards today, and we hope that didn't confuse you all, but we've just really enjoyed the show, and you know, this might be something we want to do from now on, is do the show backwards. But I'm Nancy Kaysen. I have a little gift shop downtown called the Red Ribbon. If you're not on my email list, you should be, because I sent out emails yesterday. We're having a huge sale, 50% off on a lot of items, great time to come shop, and we're going to have Christmas in July starting next Tuesday, the 17th. A lot of great new Christmas things in the shop already and some things that are coming. And so, you know, we want you to come down to the shop and see us. Brene Beatty, volunteer at large, retired.
Well, not so well. I don't get paid for anything anymore, but boy, I sure have been busy.
And I have a sign right here. I had no idea how many people watched the show until I found out that how many did, because Randy Martin, Reverend Randy Martin of Broad Street, and Nancy Kaysen, a member of Broad Street, did not know the phone number at Broad Street United Methodist Church. Here it is, 476-5586, 476-5586. Randy and I now have this phone number memorized, because you wouldn't believe how many emails and phone calls we got concerning the fact, and Lionel Bass, and everybody knows Lionel, picked on a Sunday something awful because we did not know our own phone number.
Oh, dear, dear, dear.
I know.
Dear, dear.
So, what have you got going over there, Miss Brene?
Okay, well, number one, after y'all turn the TV off and we're gone, wait till we're gone.
Yes.
The farmer's market.
Yes.
On Peerless Road.
Absolutely.
And if you don't find everything you need there, then you can go this afternoon to the 5 Points Farmers Market from 4 until 7 p.m. They're in the First Street
Square.
Right.
In fact, come shop with me and run out my back door and go shop over there. And also, Urbane Road Farmers Market is open Monday through Saturday. It's open every day.
Wow.
Yes.
I didn't know
and
that.
And the one out on Urbane Road, it's the new one. So, you know, and those of you that put out a garden and it just, then go support the farmers that have been watering theirs religiously and taking care of them.
Because their overhead's going to be real high this year for watering. But the produce has been really good.
It has been.
Yeah. But you know, the cannery is closed this week.
I could understand.
Well, a tree fell on the thing.
Oh,
and so anyway, it pulled the circuit box off the wall inside. Yeah, I went last Friday, had all my vegetable soup stuff ready. So she was having to cancel everything. So it should be open. You can call and find out, and I don't know that number again, but it's in the phone book.
I'm not responsible for that number.
No,
okay?
no. Well, I just go there and can, so I'm not really responsible. But anyway, you can call if you had an appointment this week and see, when.
And reschedule.
But I called Pam and P-Dab, my cousin.
Right.
I said, do you have any freezer space? freeze? And they said, yes, because I sold my freezer. Well, actually, I gave it away to Habitat, but, well, it's just me. I don't need a whole
I know,
freezer.
but you say that, and then you put up all this stuff. You put up enough black beans for 100 people, and
I know.
now there we go.
I know. Anyway, if you need produce or anything like that, and Five Points Farmers Market generally has flowers and everything.
Oh, yes.
So they have a
yes.
lot of good stuff. So there
Beef
you
jerky,
go.
anything else you want.
Yeah, good
Now,
stuff.
United Way kickoff is August the 15th at the Walker Center at Lee University, and that's the gymnasium, you know, the Walker Center. But the reason that I'm telling you about that today is yesterday, the 11th, tickets went on sale for that event, and John Smoltz is going to be speaking. Yes, John Smoltz, who pitched for the Braves, who is a shoe-in to be in the Hall of Fame, is going to be the speaker for that event. And there's only going to be X number of tickets sold. So if you want a ticket, call United Way office starting now. And I do not have that phone number either, golly. But that is in the phone book. We're going to start bringing a phone book on stage with us so we can look these numbers up. But those tickets went on sale yesterday, and I ordered mine yesterday. And so if you want a ticket, you better call and get yours.
Okay, the McMinn Museum, Living Heritage Museum, is having their appraisal fair. We've told you about this.
Yes, we have.
And it's going to be on July the 21st. So if you don't have Grandma's yellow pie plate out, you better get it. And it's going to be from 10 until 3 p.m. And the guests will receive a free ticket to tour the museum. That is a wonderful museum.
It is a wonderful museum.
I love it. And if you need more information, you can call Mary Alton at 423-745-0329.
I have some things that I probably should take up to that museum, and I will one of these days. I really will.
Well, that organ that your nephew doesn't want.
I could take that. Yes, I could. And there's several things I could take up there. All right. Now, folks, elections are coming up. In case you hadn't seen all these signs on the side of the road and everything, early voting starts Friday the 13th. Now, you know, I know. I know. Anytime you talk about politics, it's bad anyway. Then you say Friday the 13th, and there we go.
It's just so apropos.
But yes, you can vote, early vote from 9 until 6, Monday through Friday, and 9 until 4 on Saturday. Now, I'm going to run down and vote because I vote at the Election Commission office at the old post office. But the other sites are the North Satellite, which is at Bradley Square Mall in the Convention Center between JCPenney's and Kay Jewelers. And the other is the South Satellite, Bi-Lo Shopping Center at McGrady Drive and APD 40 Bypass. So, here again, folks, you can do this instead of going to the polls. I have a friend that would not do this for anything in the world because she sees all her neighbors at the polls that she hasn't seen since the last election. But I'm going to go, I go just to vote. You know, I see you all when you come in the red ribbon, and I love every one of you that does. But I'm going to just go vote. And usually your cousin Pam Matthews is there to register me in and vote. So that starts Friday, folks, from 9 until 6, and then from 9 until 4 on Saturdays. So be sure that you go vote, and if you didn't get registered, I'm sorry.
It's too late now.
It's too late now.
Yeah, but you can for the
general.
For the
major.
the major one. Yeah, right.
Whatever.
Okay. Now the Creative Discovery Museum is bringing a planetarium here, folks. They're bringing it to the library as part of the Dream Big Read summer reading program, and it's going to be here on Friday, which is tomorrow.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, since I've retired,
I know, honey.
I have
Tell me about
nothing
it.
to hang my head on
Absolutely.
anymore. I don't know what planet I'm on.
Huge calendar in front of your face.
Exactly. Okay. Anyway, it will be absolutely wonderful, and it's sponsored by the Friends of the Library Association, and you can call the Children's Desk for more information. There will be a stargazing night July the 26th as one of the last events of the summer reading program. And all of this information you can get call the library, and they will give you and they have a website. You can go to the website, and they have a list of all of their events. So let's see, teens will be hosting a murder mystery on this Friday as part of their program, Own the Night, at 7. Email teenzone@clevelandlibrary.org for more information. And the Summer Reading Book Club for Adults will meet in the community room today to discuss Unbroken by Laura Hildebrand, and Tiger Jones will lead this discussion.
Tiger's going to have that discussion
Tiger Jones,
going.
yes. And then FOLA will be reviewing The Abduction by Mark
Jimenez.
Jimenez, okay, at its next Book and Coffee review, which is July the 20th. So that's a lot. Oh, and the Cleveland Storytelling Guild will
Yes.
meet in the community room Tuesday at 7 p.m. And it's a meeting, but they also tell stories and stuff. So it's not just your regular business meeting. That's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
They're fun people.
They are. They're great people. And we've had Judy Baker on with
Yes.
us several times. And the women's, I'm gonna, the name is gonna slip me. For the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
The 23rd, we'll have a luncheon meeting. You can call the chamber 472-6587. See, I know that number. And you can call the chamber and find out about that luncheon. But Judy Baker is going to do a little stand up on a soapbox as a suffragette, and Sheriff Joe Guy from McMinn County is going to come in and bust her for talking about women's right to vote. And then they're going to talk about Harry T. Byrne, who was born and raised in Iota, Tennessee, who happened to vote
He was the
deciding vote to pass women's suffrage in the state of Tennessee that went on to ratify the Constitution so women
when
could
Tennessee
vote.
voted to ratify it, that put them over.
The
so
nation
this
did it.
man,
Yeah, Harry T. was
yes.
wonderful. And Harry T. only did that because his mother sent him a letter the day before and told him he better do that. So dutiful son that he was.
yes, good for him.
So it looks like we're quickly running down our
Yes,
time.
I
So
know.
what have you got?
Okay.
Anything?
So Edward Jones to host open house July 19th. You can call them. I don't have a phone number here. The website is www.edwardjones.com, and it's all about financial services if you're interested in that.
Right.
And then Heritage Quilt Show, the deadline for the 2012 National Heritage Quilt Show at the McMinn County Living Heritage Museum is July 20th, and that number is 745-0329. So,
And those of you that like gospel singing,
Yes.
and I'm one of them, okay? The Singing Echoes 42nd anniversary at Blue Springs Valley Gospel, it's the gospel singing at Blue Springs Valley, July 18th through July 21st. It starts at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, Thursday, 6:45 on Friday, 6 o'clock on Saturday. And folks, they're going to have everybody. The Singing Echoes, Karen Peck and New River, Primitive Quartet, the Diplomats, the Singing Cooks, the Perrys. There's just a whole lineup of gospel singers that are going to be there. And so you want to be sure that you do that, and if you want to hear some gospel singing. And next week we will have Tracy O'Connell on to talk to us about the 5 Points Arts Festival that they're going to be having the last weekend in July.
Yes.
And so be sure and watch us next week. She's not all we're going to have on, because I'm sure Renee will bring us a four-legged friend.
Of course,
Of course
always.
she will.
Yes.
And we'll have others on with us too. So folks, this has been a great day, and the temperature is going to be mid-80s and possible rain, just like it's been all week. But we're thrilled about the rain. So great to be with you all today. Hope we haven't confused you with our reversal and do this backwards, but great to have you with us today, and we'll see you next week.
Yes.
Have a great week.
Goodbye. Have a good day.